All right, it's safe to say that both Ico and Shadow of the Colossus are masterpieces, right, Michael?
Oh, absolutely. Both fantastic games.
You've reviewed the game, gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yes.
Now, with the high-def re-release of the Ico and Shadow of the Colossus collection on PlayStation 3, you can see both games beefed up and as beautiful as they originally meant to be.
And in 3D, which is pretty cool.
That's right.
Yeah.
And speaking of realizing visions, Team Ico's PS3 collection also features a bevy of bonus material, including candid interviews with creator Fumito Ueda.
Yes.
Yeah. An insightful 20-minute roundtable discussion, and most interestingly, for me, a look at previously unseen concept footage from both Ico and Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic. You're going to see a lot of really interesting stuff. You're going to see Ico and Yorda in modern clothing where Yorda has horns, and a lot of it was stuff that Fumito Ueda just kind of came up with it on his own.
Yeah, apparently he talks about building the concept footage on his own.
Yeah, he was originally a 3D animator.
Yeah.
And so he just kind of built the concept footage. He didn't really have a game to back it up at the time, but he just wanted to sell Sony on this concept. And it looks a little rough, but it's kind of a really interesting, different. There are several different interpretations.
I do like the main character with no horns.
No horns.
With no horns, because that's a theme that you need to stick with. Because in addition to that, you get to see concept footage of Nico. Nico.
Because Ni is Japanese for two.
Which eventually became Shadow of the Colossus, but originated as a multiplayer version of what we eventually...
You've got 4 guys on horseback who all look kind of like Ico with the horns. Some of them are clearly wearing helmets.
Yes. Additionally, in this footage, you can see Ueda-san reveals that he used the existing Ico models just to get this out, maybe making the concept footage himself, so it looks like a bunch of Ico characters running around in Shadow of the Colossus, which is not the case. They even speak specifically how they never, ever intended to make a sequel to Ico.
No. They said it's a complete game, we're not making a sequel, and yet they made one that's kind of tied to it.
Further still, into the concept footage, they show us Shadow of the Colossus in a form that was never meant to be in it.
No, very, very early, very rough.
Yeah, I love the geometric bull.
Yeah, strangely adorable.
Yeah, but you see them get the concept across very clearly in that footage.
Yeah, there's concepts for a lot of the creatures in this footage. Very, very early rough forms of very recognizable monsters for those who play the game. Yes,
and in addition to that, I mean, some of my highlights were, there's Last Guardian footage in there as well.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and the bonus features of the Ico and Shadow of the Colossus collection. Both of us were pretty behind the discussion of the American box art that comes up later on.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't want to ruin it, but...
They're aware. They're aware of your feelings about that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a re-release, but it's one we're totally behind. Ico and Shadow of the Colossus.
Absolutely.
Next week?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.